Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dokkan Battle video, and today we're going to take a look at the Super Strike Mecha Frieza, and this dude's actually looking pretty legit. He's pretty good. I'd say his biggest fault right now are his links, but we're going to check him out in the showcase, and I think I'm actually pretty impressed with him. You know, I think if you're lacking some Wicked Bloodline units, but you have the Wicked Bloodline lead, like this guy is going to be a nice filler option for you. Now, I'd say if you've got all the good, you know, summonable Wicked Bloodline stuff, you're probably not going to be finding room for this guy, but I kind of took him on a little run myself already, and I was pretty darn impressed with him. Kind of crazy. I mean, like, for a free-to-play Super Strike unit being, like, you know, 15,000 attack, that's not the worst. And he gets a ton of stuff from his passive, right? So let's check it out here. So he raises defense for 1 turn, does supreme damage, and lowers attack. And he does super at 9 key, so he supers, like, really easily. Like, he's going to auto-super. For his passive, he gets attack and defense 100 when key is 6 or more, plus an additional attack and defense 100 when key is 9 or more, plus an additional attack and defense 50 when key is 12, plus an additional attack and defense 50 when the target enemy is in attack down status, plus defense plus 100 when all allies attacking in the same turn are Wicked Bloodline category characters. High chance of performing a crit when all allies attacking in the same turn are Resurrected Warrior category allies. Now, I'm mainly focused on Wicked Bloodline. I don't know. Resurrected Warriors right now isn't like the craziest team. I mean, you could build it where you always have Resurrected Warriors, but I don't think it's worth it to like just try and get a little bit of crit there. So here's the thing. Let's look at him here. Mine's full level 1 links, by the way. Okay, so I do think I'm going to link level this guy. I got to get him on my list, but I'm working on some characters. So here's the thing. Start of turn, he's only got 100k defense, right? So he's got all of these stacking buffs based on his key, right? So let's go ahead and grab key, and we'll see if that changes the stats, right? So let's grab like this right here. So I'm at 12 key. So let's look at it. Okay, so it still says 100k defense. So what this tells me, it's kind of worded wonky in his passive, but the way I look at it is like all of this stuff that I just read happens on super. So it's like mid-turn. So we're not actually seeing what his true defense is. Once again, this is something where, like, I really want Dokkan to develop a way to show the defense during the turn. And what I always say is just put a blue number underneath the red attack stat, and then that can be the defense. Because what I noticed on a run I did earlier is, you know, at 100k defense, you're taking, like, 20, 30k damage from normals, even in, like, the Legendary Vegeta event. So I had that turn where I took, like, 27k from a normal. Mecha Frieza attacked, and then he got supered, and he took double digits. So that tells me his defense goes insane when he supers. Probably like 400k plus defense. Combined with the attack stats this guy's going to put up is actually kind of crazy. So watch what we're going to see here. Now this is a, he's only getting a little bit of support from the Int Frieza. And I am going to keep him linked up with this Int Frieza because he shares 3 links, which is pretty good for a Super Strike unit because they've got like 2 Super Strike links. But yeah, 4.3 mil right there, right? Pretty decent. All right, let's see. He should take double digits from this because he gets a ton of... Yeah, he gets a... And I tell you this right now, 100k defense, he would have taken damage there for sure. So he got all those stacking buffs, and I think they're all multiplicative. So it builds in and creates this insane character, which I think that's how they balance this guy out, because being a free-to-play Super Strike unit, his stats are fairly low, like especially his defense was like 9k or something like that. By having all these stacking multiplicative buffs, it actually brings him up to have pretty good numbers, right? Let's go ahead and let's do this. No, we'll do this because he links a lot better. The other Metal Cooler just doesn't link at all. But the thing with that Int Golden Frieza, 3 links is one of his better linking partners. Now, I think his best linking partner is the Super Strike King Cold. But we need him to come back with his EZA, and then they could probably be a formidable rotation. I think the intent is that you run those 2 together. Because I believe that one of their links just attack down the enemies immediately, so then you get like Frieza's full buff, provided the enemies can be attacked down, right? But I think running this Int Golden Frieza as a running mate is pretty good because he's a target Goku support, which this you know, Mecha Frieza is, right? And we're gonna get 4 links in the middle here. So you can see starter turn defense 120k. So this Mecha Frieza has to be a slot 2 or a slot 3 unit. He can't be a slot 1 unit. He'll get absolutely demolished in slot 1. But let's see how he's looking here. So now he's linked up about as good as you're going to get on a team like this, right? But he's getting double supported. And because all of this stuff is happening on attack, support is going to affect that. We should see a big jump in his attack stat here because we're getting the cool Frieza support now on top of the target Goku support. So let's see what we got here. So yeah, 5.3 mil. Like, for this little free-to-play Super Strike unit hitting 5 mil attack stats with, like, I'm guessing he's got to be over 400k defense. I don't know, somebody out there on Twitter probably has actual calcs for this guy, but, you know, I don't want to have to math this all out, Dokkan. Just tell me what his defense stat is. I just want to know. You know, obviously there's bigger things we need. We need a friend system update. Now, I know JP has kind of been tinkering with the friend system, but I don't think it's like the perfect friend system update that we all want. We want, like, I want to mirror my lead. That's what I want. I want, no matter what lead I want to run, I want to be able to run it, right? So if I want to run Tech Super Saiyan 3 as a mono, you know, Tech Super Saiyan 3 Broly as a mono tech lead, I should be able to do that. I'm assuming with even JP's update, you probably can't do that. Because, like, if I want to run a lead that absolutely nobody out there is running and would have no business running, if I just for fun wanted to run that lead, I should always be able to run any team no matter what. So whatever fix they do, they got to make it so I can always run any team no matter what. That's what I want to see. All right, so same situation here, 4 links. You know, if we get an additional, I think he does get a pretty nice attack bump. So I'm hoping we can get a turn where we get, like, at least an additional here. But yeah, I'm actually pretty darn impressed with this Mecha Frieza right now. He does link pretty good with the Kid Vegeta. I think he shares 4 links with him, and you're getting the 2 Super Strike links, which are Super Strike and Bombardment. The problem is you can't really run him with Vegeta because you want full Wicked Bloodline because you want that 100% defense, right? Without that, he's not going to be looking as good. And we need all that defense, right? Okay, so what do we got here? So yeah, 5.3 again, so very consistent, right? So give me an additional. There it is. Oh, that's right. It actually goes down. My bad. So the second attack, what it is when you do additionals, it does your lowest key super attack. So he actually does a 9 key super on his additional. But dude, he just put up like about a 10 mil attack stat there. For a free-to-play Super Strike unit doing a 10 mil attack stat with 400k plus defense, that's pretty wild. Like, that's pretty darn good. So like I said, you know, when you look at Wicked Bloodline with all the buffs we got, because you can look at this team build I've got right now. Obviously, I like LR STR cooler, the STR Dokkan Fest EZA cooler, even like Tech cooler. Like, these are all going to be better options to run, like offensive options than the Super Strike Frieza. And they're going to be carrying like your big bad bosses links and stuff. But I mean, this guy's good enough to have a place if you're lacking some of these units. So I know there's a lot of so the big thing I see is I know, like, even in my Discord, there's a lot of like newer returning players that came in for Worldwide, right? Oh, love the nullification. We take those nullifications. I've actually gotten that quite a bit with this guy. But a lot of people joined during Worldwide and didn't have like modern units or didn't have a large box, but they came in and they pulled either Carnival cooler or LR STR cooler, but maybe don't have a lot of the other key pieces, right? So what I was advising a lot of those players to do was get the full metal cooler, because if you have just a leader, like that physical Carnival cooler or the LR STR cooler, or even the EZA Dokkan Fest cooler, you have any of those as a lead, you can just plug in the 5 free-to-play metal coolers, and that's actually a viable team that's going to beat like 90+% of the game. Like, no problem, right? So if you're someone that's in that situation, I would say the Super Strike Frieza is better than the free-to-play metal coolers for the most part. You know, because he's putting out very good offensive and defensive numbers after Super. So I think there is a place for this guy for newer players that don't have a lot of the Wicked Bloodline units to fill it out. You know, this Mecha Frieza is looking pretty good. So let's go ahead. We'll just get one more turn here because he's not stacking now, right? It's just we're going to get consistent numbers the whole way through. So we'll just go ahead and take a shot at this Frieza. And we'll probably just end the showcase there. But he's putting up nice numbers. He is. And with all these Wicked Bloodline buffs from Worldwide, I mean, he's looking pretty good. I would be very curious, like, to link level him. Now, once again, actually, I'm going to look at his links quick after this turn and see what we would get from link leveling them if they're very significant links, right? Alright, so Vegeta's going to super here, probably do some damage. Yeah, 216, okay. We're good, though, we're good. Alright, and then, yeah, 5.36, like, super consistent, right? 5.36, that exact number, like, every time. And then he's just kind of going through. So let's look at his links really quick and see, like, which key links are we actually activating here, right? So let's just take a look. So if we go into here, whoops, not here. Well, we could look at YouTube, but let's go into here. So what links are we realistically going to be activating? So I think Prodigies is one that we can get with a lot of these Wicked Bloodline. Well, actually, maybe not. I mean, yeah, there's a couple Frieza units here that have Prodigy, so that's an attack one, so that's pretty good. So Bombardment we're not getting. Universe Most Malevolent, this is one that we're getting. Yeah, that's a big time attack one. Shattering the Limit, I think we can get sometimes. That's just key, but I think at level 10 it gets like 5% for a stat or stats. Revival, there's a few units that have that. I think the Int Gold and Friezas have that, I think. Yeah. So Int Gold and Frieza, that's just another key one. At level 10, actually what I'm going to do is let's actually go to Int Gold and Frieza, because he's got some of these maxed out, right? I don't have them all the way there, but yeah, here's Revival. So, yeah, so it's going to be like attack and defense 5%. So there's a little bit there, right? Prodigies, yeah, it's going to be like a 15% attack for Prodigies. Revival we already looked at. And then Universe Most Malevolent, that's going to be a 20% attack up. Pretty darn good. So yeah, I think I am going to link level that Frieza just for fun. He's not going to be my highest priority because I am working on some Peppy Gals units right now. Obviously, the Gammas are going to be dropping in a few days on Global. I'm going to link level the Gamma. Well, I mean, praying that I get both the Gammas. I want to get at least one of each of the Gammas. They're crazy. So, anyways, guys, let me know what you think of this Mecha Frieza. I think he's actually pretty darn good. Thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all on the next one.